My name is Mete Mendlovu. I am the Executive Director for Grassroot Soccer Zimbabwe. I am also the President of Bantu Rovers Football Club.
Bantu Rovers Football Club is not your typical competitive football team. The football players take pride in being involved in the community, in working with kids, in doing other things other than winning on the soccer field. Some of the players also coach for Grassroot Soccer. So it's been a really good fit working together.
Grassroot Soccer is an organization that uses soccer themes and soccer analogy to help young people make healthy lifestyle choices, especially with regards to HIV and AIDS issues. Why soccer? Soccer is in Africa. It's a language on its own. It's a very, very popular sport, and especially here in Bulawayo. Everyone loves soccer. Everyone understands the game. It means a lot to a lot of people, so it's an easy language for people to understand and appreciate. I was inspired to help young people affected by HIV and AIDS because as a former soccer player, I knew that I was well known, that people would listen to what I would have to say, and I could easily go through my life without utilizing that, and this was a really good opportunity to do something that would touch a lot of lives in a positive way.
Joseph has unprotected sex and does not know his partner's status. Is it a high risk, low risk, or no risk? You decide.
HIV is a big problem in Africa. Here in Zimbabwe, the prevalence at the moment is about 13.2%. But it's been a problem for a while. I know in some of the neighboring countries it's as high as 30%. As I was growing up, I was affected. I had relatives that passed away due to the disease. This is one of the things that really inspired me to say we need to do something to address this. HIV is such a major challenge for young people in this part of the world. Everyone that I know is affected in one way or another, even if you are not infected. We have a lot of kids that are growing out in either single-parent households or child-headed families. And so it takes away a lot of opportunities and really attacks the traditional family structure as we know it.
I wanted to know, how did it make us feel when we lost that person to HIV?
I lost my aunt. I felt so sad because I have lost someone who can make me feel better, make me be wise, and take me to school because my father was in South Africa and I stayed with my grandmother. My grandmother doesn't take care of me since then.
To this day, stigma is still very much an issue. I think it's somewhat a cultural thing that people don't talk about sexual issues to begin with. HIV is not something that people talk about, so generally people prefer to keep a distance and not really deal with it. So in that way, stigma is still prevalent, but I think it's much better now because I think the government, to begin with, has come out and really made this an issue that's in the public discourse that people talk about. So there are a lot of things that I think maybe 10 years ago made people really uncomfortable that people understand better now, and therefore the stigma has decreased quite a bit, but it's still there.
This is a very, very fun game. You guys are going to laugh a lot, all right? But you're also going to learn a lot.
You go to school, you sleep, you do your homework, you do your sports, you do whatever. But now we have planned, Form 1, to introduce this ball into your life. And so I want to see what's going to happen if you introduce this sex ball in your life, that test at your age.
There have been a lot of pointers and indicators to show that the program is really effective, and I think we've had a lot of testimonials from participants of the program, just generally saying, we feel much more comfortable about these issues, not only participants, but parents as well. Grassroot Soccer has done a really good job of giving people the tools of saying, okay, you understand this is a problem. Here are the skills, and here is a toolkit that you can use to really help you make decisions about your own life and about the life of those around you.
Right. School is it?
Yes.
Did you enjoy?
Yes.
Did you have fun?
Yes.
Now we have more than 100 coaches that are involved in this throughout the year. Grassroot Soccer has touched maybe 300, 400, 500 coaches, and I think they are the key.
Zebras, right? Everyone you see. Our risk here was what? Getting HIV and AIDS. So how can we say you were protecting yourself? How can we say you were protecting yourself from HIV? What were you doing?
Not having unprotected sex.
Not having unprotected sex, which is what? Condomizing. And then how else? Yes.
Abstain.
Not to have sex at all. It is the most effective way to avoid getting HIV. Are we clear?
The funds that we receive go towards helping us reach out to as many kids as we can so that they can have access to the program.